Ba, 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 last time I'll ever sing that. Hi, I'm Wild Bill. It's the 10th of January 2024, and I have a Johnny Sundo story. I hope I get this across right. I have a tendency to rush, and I don't want to rush here at this very weighty moment and about this very interesting story. Johnny's was very good friends with jazz prodigy, pianist Frank Conamundo. Pittsburgh born, lives in Pittsburgh now in the area. Um, Johnny performed, I think, on the boat, on the Gateway Party Liner. That was the most prestigious gig in the city, with both the Drifters and the Marcells. And there are pictures on his wall at home of him in the studio with them, so it was a thing. Johnny called me one time and says, I'm going to go see Frank. It means Frank Conamundo. They were good friends over 50 years. Frank taught him to play piano way back in the Stone Age. And I said, of course, because Frank Conamundo is a prodigal pianist. For a person like me, that's like sitting in front of Buddha and listening to Buddha talk, or, because that much knowledge, just listening to him play, some of it percolates through. He's like, so, and his band said lately, he's getting better, Johnny, I don't know what to do. Imagine that. Anyway, so Johnny and I were going to go see Frank at the Greensburg Supper Club. It was a converted train station, so it was a vast place. Like table, right? A digital piano over here on this side as you came in the door. I don't think it was ever on when I was there. Then, of course, Frank and Company here, the bar here, the kitchen there. But it was enormous. Enough floor area to have a factory. So, and to be at a table there felt very lonely. But it was a farm-to-table place. Everything from locally produced and locally grown. And Johnny and I were going to go see Frank Conamundo and Patty Scala, his singer friend, perform there. We get in the van. That van has a window broken out at the back, so he could stick 2x4s through it, And he and I pretty much dressed like homeless people, right? No offense, but we're both used to working in whatever clothes we got on, so our clothes get pretty grufty. And so, and my beard, general look. And he was, old and kind of ragged, not doing his hair or anything, so. And we're driving into Greensburg after a long drive in the rain. And we go up, there's a place where you come up over a hump, and here's a 7-Eleven, and here's the other road. We're headed there. But we go to the 7-Eleven first, because Johnny needed something, I forget what. But as we pulled into the 7-Eleven, police car pulled in behind us. Policeman gets out on the left, policeman gets out on the right. Policeman on the left comes up to Johnny, he says, good evening, sir. And Johnny says, hi, officer. And he says, can I see your driver's license and registration? And Johnny goes, sure. Now, his wallet, right? And he operates out of his cash roll, which is in his wallet too. All his cards, all his everything. So he's he's dressed in a pea coat, which is awkward for getting into your pants. And he's trying to get into his pocket and pull this enormous wallet out. The policeman's standing very patiently, which is a nice thing. And Johnny's like, give me I'll give. While he's doing that, the other policeman comes up in my window. Now I'm in front like this. It's been a troublesome time sometimes in police citizen relationships, and so I put my hands up if ever I talk to a policeman. So he knows letter of intent. I'm not planning on doing anything weird. He comes up the window. He goes, "Good evening, sir." I says, "Hi, officer." He says, "May I ask you a question?" I says, "Certainly, sir." He says, "Why do you have your hands up on the dashboard?" I said, "Because I don't want there to be any misunderstanding between us." And he said, "That's good thinking." So in the process, he finally says, "Well, what were you guys doing out here tonight?" I says, "Well, we're on our way to see Frank Conamundo, the greatest jazz pianist of all time. And he's down at the supper club here." And they I think I might have said we're both piano players, so we admire him. And I may not have said that. I can't remember exactly how it went. But the cop's like, well, pardon me, the policeman. Cop for me means City of Pittsburgh Police, COPP, cop. Otherwise, they're policemen or police officers. They relented as though all cares in the world had gone away. They were like, all right, well, you guys have a nice night. Enjoy your jazz concert. And we said, thank you very much, officer. And they got back in their car and we pulled out in the beat up old van with the back window missing and the two grufty old men and went to see Frank Mundo play with Patti Scala. It's so worth it. Lovely people and fabulous talent, really, golly. So that's my Johnny Sundo story. That wasn't the only time we were stopped by the police for looking like a couple of homeless guys that stole a van, but it was a pretty interesting one. Wild Bill, 10th of January, 2024. That was pretty good. I had a few heart-pumping moments in that one.